So a brand new feature in BT6 is this amazing Retry Last Round Button, which honestly is going to change Chimps mode, and I think it's going to change it for the better. First off, we're playing geared on Chimps mode, and we're going to be doing a couple of things today. So let me explain to you guys what this new button is and how it works, and hopefully we lose in one of these rounds so you can guys see. And I'm also banking on us actually losing, because the strategy that we're doing also involves Geraldo and the millipede snipers, which got a nerf through the sharpening stone. So hopefully we're gonna be able to see all of these guys in action and then test a strategy as well. So yeah, there we go. There's a red balloon leaking, and now this is the brand new button called Retry Last Round. So this thing didn't exist, and if you were to lose on Chimps mode, you would just straight up have to start over. So previously what you would need to do is you would need to hit home and then go like this and then find the map, and then you're gonna find geared, which we're playing right now, and then you're gonna load the game from the save file, right? But now you no longer have to do that. And also it's a little bit of a quality of life improvement as well. If you don't catch the leaks, for example, then that means that you're gonna have to start over again. Now the thing with this button is that it also invalidates your black medal. So if you use the button, that means that you're not eligible for a black border. And honestly, for people that don't care about stuff like that, this is a godsend, I'm gonna be honest. Now I also want to try something else. Now in this specific update, oh, let me just move these guys to first. Is this gonna be fine? I hope they... Oh my god, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculously close. Okay, so let's have both of these guys on strong because they do 2 damage. And I think I should turn off all the start just for these next 3 rounds to see if this is going to be enough. I want to buy one more sniper, so what we're doing... Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's use the button, and we're back to round 13. I love this thing. So something else I wanted to try was the latest Geraldo changes. So Geraldo actually had hit his starting price increased. Let me just have him like this, by the way, so he can do a little bit of attacking as well. And his starting price got increased, but more importantly, the sharpening stone at level 15, now it just increases pierce even more. And what this thing used to do is it used to give +1 damage. And if you guys have used a couple of Geraldo strategies, my favorite strategy was using the millipede snipers, and with the elite sniper, then you buy a bunch of bouncing bullets. And that thing was just, it was insane. It was able to go into the ultra late game and hold off these ceramics and do a lot of damage as well. I also wanted to try out the Komanche commander, because that is a tower that also can get buffed. Oh, is this gonna be fine? That's a lot of green balloons. You know what? Maybe I should like get one of these guys to the... Was that on time? Oh my god, that was right on time, that upgrade, because one of these guys is gonna go to the bouncing bullet anyway, so that's completely fine. Oh my god, this is so close. All of these guys on first. We are gonna have the money for the heli in a second, and hopefully this is gonna pick up, please. Oh my god, I bought it last second. The placement is not good, but I wanted to place it near the track so it just flies off. And I think we have this. I think it's fine. Okay, so let's move these guys back on strong. And this was very important, actually. I kind of wanted to have the heli platform here towards the left side, near the alchemist, because I can cover all of the snipers plus the alchemist plus the heli with a single village. But that's completely fine. We are not exactly worried about that thing. All right, so now this is a very important round. So the heli's here towards the right side, and I'm gonna move it back. So the game is paused, but if you hit follow mouse, it's gonna come to where your cursor is, and I'm gonna hit pursuit because I don't plan on microing this thing. I just want to have it as soon as these guys come out. It's pink balloons, they're super fast, so I just want to have it ready. And then I feel like we might be able to deal with the first wave, but then the second one, does it have... Yeah, it has a sharpening stone, so I'm gonna use the glue actually. So just watch what happens. Oh yeah. And now look at this. He's towards the middle, so I'm gonna use the glue for this next one, and then hopefully the pierce is enough to hold the third one as well. Although some of these camos are gonna take it away from it, but I think that this is completely... Yes, that was perfect. Moving it was amazing. Okay, so let's get this alchemist upgraded to 320 just to have a little bit of more uptime on the buff. And round 40 is incoming in a second. This hell is 202, and I feel like if we get the money for the Moab chef, I don't think we will actually. I was hoping to get the money for this thing, but to kind of keep the Moab in place and just pop it eventually, but it's not happening. But that's completely fine, honestly, because we do have the maelstrom now. So let's just watch what's going to be happening. 2.68, we have Jerry's Fire. I don't want to be using it. We do have the sharpening stone on this thing. So yeah, I'm just going to have a maelstrom in my hand. I'm going to send this round out, and as soon as this Moab pops, I just use the maelstrom, and bam, there we go. That's it. And now this is the point at which we can kind of start seeing what the strategy was about. So I maybe should have gotten the discount village before buying this thing, but that's completely fine. So let's get it now. You get a lot of discounts onto all these upgrades. So get the discount village, and then you start upgrading the bouncing bullets. And then the strategy was to get the sharpening stone onto these bouncing bullets. But because the sharpening stone is a little bit weaker nowadays, yeah, that's we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see how it goes and what the update did to this tower. Okay, so 49, the supply drop is here, and then what else are we doing? I mean, we could do the Jerry's Fire thingy, strategy, but I don't think we need to. So let me get the Moab Shove. This also has a rocket attack, which actually, even though the rocket is an explosive type, it still keeps the Sharpening Stone because it's two separate attacks. So the Sharpening Stone is buffing the darts, but you still get the missiles, which is very nice. So let's just watch what is happening. The Moab Shove, yeah, this is the strategy. You want to have the Moab Shove, keep the Moabs in a place, and then just these guys are supposed to pick up the damage onto the small balloons, and then this whole strategy is going to kind of come together when you buy all of these towers. And then I plan on having the main DPS be only these guys, the sniper plus the Komanche commander, and then we're gonna see what happens later on. We can pick things up with Geraldo eventually, but I want to say that the Retry Last Button round has actually served us very well. So if you guys don't care about the black medals, this is the way to go, and I think it's time for us to start thinking about buffing these towers properly. Did these guys lose their... No, they haven't lost their Sharpening Stones, so what are we doing first, the Elite Sniper or the Komanche? I think we're going for the Elite Sniper, right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let me pickle up the Heli and let me pickle the Supply Drop. Both of them do have the... was I late on that thing? No, I don't think I was. I was completely fine. And yeah, so let me get the Elite Sniper, switch it to first. It is being buffed by the... Oh, it doesn't have the Sharpening Stone, actually, so let me give it the Sharpening Stone. And yeah, this is it, guys. This is the strategy. This is what we've been looking for. That's a BFB, but the BFB is being held in place because, well, we have the Moab Shove. Okay, so now that we have this thing, I feel like the order of purchase is going to go... I think I should go for the Komanche Commander, but honestly, I just want to get the snipers going first, and then we're going to go into the Komanche Commander. That's just kind of my preference. Although it is not the... It's probably not the best idea. We should probably go for the Komanche defense. Do we want to see the Komanche defense on 63? Versus the ceramics? I think we do. This is an amazing map for the Komanche defense because these guys trigger on every 25, 15, 75%. You get an extra Komanche. And because the track is so short, they're going to trigger like crazy. So let me just buy it, actually. I'm kind of excited. So there we go. That's for the first Komanche. Oh, I think I made the correct choice, actually. I think that was the right choice. Oh, no. Are we going to get the third one? No, the third one is not going to trigger. Barely. Is it going to trigger on the last one? I do want to see the third one, but that's super close to the... yeah, that's super close to the exit, but yes, we get the third one. And look at these guys go. I mean, this is just a lot of damage. It was such a good... yeah, it was such a good idea buying this, by the way. Okay, so Geraldo is level 14, and he's about to get 15. I think it's going to be either the next one or the round after that. Let's just watch 75, actually. So the setup is kind of incomplete. I bought these bouncing bullets. So we have a total of 3 snipers. One of them is the elite, and then these guys getting buffed. And so the combo is really nice, but there are a couple of things missing. So wait a minute, do we have this? It's gonna be 76. I feel like we are, and we got the upgraded Sharpening Stone. So let's just watch this round. I feel like the Comanches are gonna... Oh my god, we got 3 of them. So you know that the Bloons made it up to 75% of the track, but we still got it, so that's completely fine. Yeah, that's gonna be... Oh my god, that's ridiculously close. Okay, so let's give the Sharpening Stone to the Elite Sniper, and this is the point at which this guy would have had +1 damage, but now it's only +1 pierce. It's actually for a total of +2 pierce. So let me give it the Sharpening Stone, and you know what? I'm just gonna... Do I want to give the Comanche Sharpening? No, I don't think that's a good idea. I think I want to give the Sharpening Stones to small ones. Okay, but I might have wanted to save one, but that's completely fine. I mean, all these guys now have +2 pierce, but can you really tell? I'm not sure. We need free play to start. So let's see how they do versus these rounds. So it's 81. We almost have the money for the Komanche Commander. We are going to have it, I think, after this round ends. But I'm actually going to chill because I do want to see how these snipers are going. So all of them were buffed on the same round. They all have 7 rounds remaining on their Sharpening Stones. They don't seem to be struggling. So far, they seem to be cleaning everything out. So maybe there's a little bit of... I don't think that the +1 pierce is ever going to replace. I mean, I kind of thought about what is the... Oh yeah, I can definitely see it now. Oh no, that's way too much. Do we need to patch things up with the glue? I'm just gonna have a glue like this, but I feel like this is the change, right? So instead of having +1 damage, yeah, the pierce is just... You can kind of see that it's lacking, right? That's way too close. It's round 82. No, let's watch. This is a round with a lot of Moabs. So this is where the pierce is going to shine. But the damage is also going to be... I think it's going to be evident that there's no damage. So maybe we get the third Comanche, and this should be enough to... Yeah, this is enough to hold off. But yeah, I think that you can kind of see this buff, right? More Moabs incoming, so kind of a similar round, but also BFBs as well. So let's just watch. Let me just... I am still... I know we have the money for the Komanche Commander, but I'm not buying it on purpose because I do want to see what's the effect that this -1 damage +1 pierce is having. Okay, so let's get the Komanche Commander now, and let's finish things up. Or do we want to finish things up with the Alchemists and stuff like that? Because here's the problem with these guys, with the Comanches. They cannot hit DDTs, so you're going to need to give them an MIB village. So let's actually... let's actually buy that thing first. Let's give it the Jungle Jumps attack speed, and now we can patch things up with the Alchemist. So we're missing a 401 Alchemist here for these snipers. So I'm gonna get to 401 because there's 3 towers. And I feel like, is it reaching the last one? I think it is. Yeah, there we go. It's reaching it. So we have the first DDTs, we got the MIB, and then these last 10 rounds are just going to be on to... I think I'm just going to be buying support towers, honestly. I don't think that I want to be doing anything else. Maybe like another sniper, maybe like a 4-2-0 just to keep these guys in place. But that is probably going to be about it. So let's watch 91 and 92. Those are interesting rounds. 91 has a bunch of VFBs. 92 has a bunch of 45 mobs and then ZOMGs behind it. So I want to see the sharpening stone. Yeah, the sharpening stone is expired. So let's buff this guy, the main one, and then honestly let's just dump one of these guys onto it, because I don't think that we're going to be using it on the Komanche Chimera. It only works on the main hill, so it's not even that important. But yeah, I think that this buff is a little bit evident, although we do have a decent amount of damage now with the Comanches picking up the majority of the damage, but the snipers are still here for cleanup. And if we take a I think that we're going to do this when we end the game. We're going to compare the DPS, but the snipers are probably not going to be that far behind the heli. Okay, so here's how I want to deal with the DDTs. I actually don't want to buy the glue now, because if we buy it now, it's going to go all the way towards the right side and it's not going to do anything on these later rounds. So I want to delay it just for a second. So I'm going to get the Spike Storm. I'm going to get a Saba going, which both of these guys are going to go like this. And that's the plan. And also, how are we doing with the buffs? So I should be getting a... I should be pickling these guys. So let me just pickle them. I think the pickles still give a... Oh, we have all the sharpening stones. Just out 20, right? Yeah, there we go. So we have all the sharpening stones. You know what? I'm just gonna give sharpening stone to this thing, to the heli. So let's use the Sabo now. And I really hope that we can keep all these guys in place. Do we need the Spike Storm? I kind of bought it, but it seems like the damage and all the spikes that they threw on the ground were enough to deal with these guys. How much damage did this thing do? Oh, it was all the Comanches. Wait a minute, was this the +1 Pierce doing? Nah, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the +1 Pierce. But now is the time in which I actually want to buy the glue, because it's going to be 96, 97, and 98 is going to be in the middle. So let's have the glue like this on this specific round. This is going to be a relentless glue. Keep it on first. But this setup seems to be cleaning house, guys. I'm going to be honest. And trust me, it's not the sharpening stones. It's not the sharpening stones doing all of this work, because it's just +1 Pierce. But the towers are actually nice. I mean, the Komanche Chimera has gotten a lot of buffs. It's not particularly getting buffed that much, but you know what? Let me just get the 4-2-0 Alchemist. Why not? And this is going to be the main test for this setup. So I do want to save now. Actually, we have Jerry, so we don't have to save the Sabo. So let's use the Sabo on this round. Let's use the Spike Storm as well, and then we can do the Regen potion. And I'm gonna... Do I want to throw one more Sabo in this? I don't think I will. Let's just chill for a second. Do we have... Yeah, everything is getting buffed. So this is probably the Jerry effect now with the extra damage versus 45 balloons from the Pickles buff. Plus I guess the sharpening stone +2 Pierce is nice, and then it's just the heli being a nice tower, the Komanche Chimera. That was round 98. There we go. Okay, so one more round, 99. We have the Sabo plus the Spike Storm, so I'm gonna use both of these guys on this round. Let's just do it like this. Let's just get rid of these 45 DDTs, and then around 100. What do we want to do? Do we want to see if these guys can beat it? I don't think that they can beat it, but let's just see. Because the snipers don't do anything, by the way, so it's just gonna be in the helis. And the helis are not doing enough damage. I mean, maybe we can Spike Storm this, but the Spike Storm does not seem to be enough. No, this thing is gonna leak, and if this thing happens in a Chimps round of yours, now you can just hit this button, and you're back where you started. And that is the beauty of the Retry Last Round Button. I love this thing. Okay, so let's patch things up. How do we want to end this? Maybe we can just place both of the genies, and I think that's going to be more than enough. The glue is also at the back, which can slow things down, but here's what I want to do. Let me just Regen, use the last Regen potion. Let's use the Spike Storm, and then use the Sabo as soon as these DDTs come out. And that should be about it, guys. Honestly, that was the Chimps mode on Geared. And finally, we can get some rewards by playing this. And we also get some cash, which is amazing. But let's compare the pops just for a second, because I really wanted to check this thing. So it's 940,000 pops onto the helis. And then the snipers are... Oh, wait a minute. If you combine all 3 snipers, they have more than the heli. But the damage is kind of divided, I would say. But that's going to be for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. And I will see you on the next one.